Welcome to the Wealthy SAP Consultant Podcast with your host, Anita Anello, where we empower SAP consultants to deliver premium services by showcasing their expertise to the world. In each episode, we dive deep into strategies, tips, and success stories to help SAP consultants like you elevate your consultancy game, attract high-paying clients, and maximize your revenue potential. Get ready to unlock the secrets to success in the SAP consulting world and position yourself as a top-tier consultant. To connect further and explore personalized strategies for your consulting business, schedule a strategy call with our team by clicking the link below. Enjoy the show. Welcome, everybody. I'm super excited to have you back on our show, the Wealthy SAP Consultant Podcast. I have a new friend of mine, Kunal Bhat, who's here with me, and I am so excited to talk to you today. Every time we do this, it's always the same. We have this intro conversation. This is just a little bit of background if you guys don't know. When you podcast, there's usually a little bit of an intro conversation. We kind of get to know one another a little bit better. Those conversations are so much fun to me. And then we press record and we're going to do what we're going to do here now. And then usually we have a follow-up conversation. What I love about podcasting is I get to meet new people every single day. And it's like my new best friends are here for the rest of my life. And so super excited, Kunal, to have you here with me today. Welcome to the show.
Absolutely, Anita. It was amazing to have me here. Thank you for the opportunity. That's awesome. And totally honest, I love what you do on the platform. And it's rare to find this kind of space where we can talk about SAP delivery and where who are really behind the projects and the leadership side, mindset, conflicts, AI,
Yeah.
and the purpose of part of it. I've been looking forward to it, and it's a turn into those new best friend episodes I'm here for. Thank you.
That's awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in right now. Kunal, tell me a little bit of your background so that our guests understand who you are. What do you do? Like, what are you passionate about today?
So, yeah, thank you. Absolutely, I'm Kunal Bhat. I'm an SAP project manager with over almost a decade of experience in delivering large-scale implementations, majorly focused on SAP migrations, SAP GRC projects. I have led projects across multiple nations, APEC, EMEA, and different high pressure projects as well as manufacturing, constructions, pharmaceutical, consumer goods. uh, what I really enjoy is the stepping into escalation situations where the mistakes often are really high in stakes and delivery needs to be at sharp, the kind of where I really thrive.
Ah,
uh, Lately, I've been diving into the idea of scaling what works for businesses. So I am building tools, automations, and help consultants and teams deliver more consistently, especially in areas like compliance, where we can get huge lawsuits and risk cutover plannings. And the core part of it is I'm passionate about two things: building trust through delivery excellence
yeah.
and helping SAP professionals move beyond their billable hours to more strategic and scalable work. So
I love
that's
that.
that's I am.
Yeah. Did you notice that in the marketplace right now, what I've noticed with my clients, my SAP clients, and then the SAP consultants that I also serve, there's actually a shift going on in the marketplace right now where clients are really, our SAP clients that we all serve are really not looking so much for like a project manager. Like we're great at project management. We all have that. We all have lots of letters behind our name and certifications, and all those things are amazing. But what I notice in the marketplace today, what's happening is people are really clamoring for and looking for two things: strategic advisors that can go like shoulder to shoulder with them and say, I don't just need somebody who can go step by step and upgrade me or put SAP into my business, because let's be clear, like it's not It might not be easy, but it is simple to follow an SAP project plan, meaning in the fact that if there's 12,000 steps that we have to do to take a customer to go live, we just follow those 12,000 steps. So those strategic partnerships. The other thing that I noticed that it kind of like was the beginning of our conversation, Kunal, where people are really just hungry for relationships. They're hungry for more of an interpersonal connection as they reach their revenue goals. They're more interested in, with the advent of AI, with how fast we can scale, with all the technologies that we have around us. What I notice that people are really interested in the relationships that we can have with people and how do we connect with one another so that we can go and reach their goals faster. Have you noticed that in the marketplace as well?
Yes, you're absolutely right. I am also seeing that kind of shift too. To be very honest, I think it's long overdue.
Mm,
It could be have been done before COVID, but yeah, people are realizing it right now these days. These days, clients don't focus on someone wanting to tick off the task, a project planning or something like that. They want someone who are just like, hey, how's the decision impacting our operations, right? Or our audits, our people, especially not just exactly a system, but other than everything else.
mhm,
And to do that, we have to step into you're right, we have to step into strategic roles as well. Not just as a PM box, but vast than that. Yes.
yeah.
I have handled projects where technically go live were flawless,
Mm,
smooth as possible, where the real pain was matter with the trust we build with the leadership,
mm.
right? Being able to say, uh, here's what comes next, or here's what you are not seeing yet.
Oh, yeah.
These are two important, most impactful situations I have faced. On the human side, it's like ability to connect to and anticipate and lead to different group of people who have especially SAP and non-SAP mindset. They don't even know what's going on, and driving them towards like, okay, this is what's going on. Help me understand this. That's where SAP consultant are really differentiating today,
Mhm.
uh, especially in the world where AI and automation are speeding up things up and relationship pieces into like different tech and can't be replaced. So
Yeah.
yes, we are long due, I would say.
Yeah. You know what's so interesting, what you just hit on, Kunal, is that so many times over so many years and so many projects that we've all experienced is that our SAP clients will often have a situation where they'll say, but my business practices are, they think in their mind, my business practices are great. Maybe I'm just going to use an example here. Susie Bell in my organization 20 years ago decided that this is how we were going to do something in our business practice. And that's how and why we do something in our business. And then an SAP consultant, a team of SAP consultants, an SAP project comes into their world and they're like, wait a minute, because when we try to implement an SAP solution
Mhm.
that can go end to end for the entire supply chain, it can, you have the largest organizations on the planet like Amazon running SAP and Apple running SAP, and from start to finish, everything can be run. And the structure that goes along with a system like SAP can be construed as very rigid. Now, the interesting thing about that, and you mentioned this as well in terms of like AI, and I'll get to that in 1 second, is when we walk our clients through the process of gently and lovingly, but with honesty and integrity, saying, "Hey, your business processes are not that great, and we're gonna move you over to an SAP system that has very specific processes that we're going to follow to be able to reach to achieve a desired result." But then when you mention like AI is just accelerating that whole process, it's helping us move faster in our businesses. What we notice is the people component is really fascinating to me because in our minds, what we can think is this change is happening in the organization, the change is bad, the change is wrong, or something like that. Now it's happening faster. Now what do I do? But really, I think one of the roles that we have, and it goes back to that people component, is to be able to almost like grab our customers by the arm and say, I got you. With integrity, I've got you. Come on, we're going to help you move forward because the business, you have these views, the owners of the companies have this view of where they want the project and the business to go, but the individuals that are implementing it are kind of stuck in their ways. And so being able to help them come along, and I'm not, hopefully for somebody listening, I'm not getting too like ethereal in my conversation, although it does feel like that a little bit, but see, what we're talking about is being able to not just implement a piece of software, but implement and transform a business so that they can reach the goals that they want. And part of that transformation actually happens through people. And so, what are some of the things that you love to do? Let's talk about some of your escalation projects that you love. How do you help the people component move forward in some of these big projects?
Well, I'll get back that real quick, but what I want to mention is when I started in 2019, very small portion of people used to know what SAP is
Mm,
because it was because I especially as for HANA because they were working on ECC at the time
yeah.
and migrating from EC to S for HANA they're like it's almost the same. What's it changing? Like why are we paying like a huge amount upfront for those type of questions or somebody who is into business with some another software like Oracle or something else transitioning from them to SAP, telling them why are we into business? Because right now both of them are equally great.
Hmm.
I wouldn't say every decision that we make in SAP, every decision that we make in Oracle, it is like cut to edge to edge.
Yeah.
And we can't ever define like who is gonna be great. Never. Because both of them rely on same principles, same executions. And the best part is when there were like different businesses in a company, like somebody's handling HR department on Excel file, updating their manual entries, and somebody's on a procurement department handling goods and receipt, we have to tell them, okay, guys, we have to implement a solution that will make you guys together understand what the flow is. You don't have to manually put the receipt into your HR department so that they can process payments. We have to do that. They're like, no, 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 we are good. We are good with that. No, we don't want to do that. So that type of like things when I started, I used to have these questions too. Like why? Why are we implement some kind of thing that the business is not agreeing to? But right now, when I see back 10 years, I see like it was really important at the
Mm,
time.
yeah.
Because if they wouldn't have done that, they wouldn't be here right now leading the top 100 companies in the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was like a main important point. I and it's true, like SAP can feel rigid at the times, but
Mm,
what I really like really doing is exposing where the business relies on tribal knowledge
yeah.
instead of scalable structures.
Mm,
That's like what I have learned. It's not just about saying, it's
mhm,
like, hey, the process isn't great. It's more of like is asking, why didn't it exist in the first place?
mhm.
Why didn't you implement it? So
Yeah.
major escalations and or conflicts were these type of situations where we as a consultant, I start as a functional consultant. Right now I'm a project manager. I know what's the journey, like how I used to sit with end users telling them, okay, can you do a one more UAT with me please, so that I can move this into a production department. And they're like, no, 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 I have done this for like 1,000 times, no, I want to do that. Like, please understand, you're gonna come back after post implementation and the same thing will happen. Like, no, 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 I'm good with that. I have to go and do a lunch. Do
Yeah.
you know? So that was like a type of conflict that I faced over the years. But I got to know like how to deal with people, what exactly that we have to tell them in order to make them understand exactly. I will take a line from Inception. The
Mm,
simplest idea, there's a saying that all ideas are simple.
mm,
No idea is simple enough when we have to put it into somebody else's mind.
yeah.
So, so that's a point. That's what I have learned over the last 10 years. Yes.
Yeah. That's awesome. Kunal, when we started our conversation before the episode, you were telling me about some freelance work that you do and about building your own brand around your expertise. Can you talk to us a little bit about that? Like what's your journey been like? I help focus on serving SAP independent consultants move away from the hourly billing trap and move towards being able to 3 to 10x their income and their impact through high ticket offers. So what's your journey been like? Why don't you share that a little bit?
Absolutely. So Right now, I'm working as a channel partner with, so I have already mentioned that with personal that resolves around me is become, I will be really honest. I spent most of my career ahead down in delivery, like a project delivery manager as a and functional consultant. I was leading global projects for one of the like leading clients such as like Estee Lauder and different ingredient brands, flying across different time zones. I was handling from India, like different regions in Belgium. They were having this morning 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
What I somewhere across came along the way was I realized delivering real value, but I'm still trading my time, right?
Mm.
That's the most important part if we have to get out of line 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I'm still tired to those hours, scope and spreadsheets, but there's a brand I am building. It's called Global Next Gen Automation. A GNX. It's also called GNX. Small short form is like quicker for other person to remember it. It focuses on turning what I have learned into scalable offers, especially in automations,
Yeah.
AI, SAP projects, recoveries, especially.
Mhm.
Right now, I'm balancing both my learning in enterprise projects and full time, but also slowly creating into a repeatable system where tools and different type of automations, AI consultants, delivery better, faster, and less burnouts, so
Yeah.
that they don't have to. And they actually have to ensure like what exactly the pain points are.
Mm.
My goal in a long time as an SAP professional is, especially project manager and functional leads, they burn out a lot
Oh, yeah.
during implementation. A lot means a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to work past the working hours just to implementation some small bug that we have in the production system.
Mhm.
By stopping that, just being billable and start becoming business owners where their expertise over the years can grow and teach other younger people to not do those kind of mistakes in a business that they or we did. So that's what it is about.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I isn't it so funny when you're a consultant and you work for another organization, you have the opportunity to, and you're actually required to bill 40 hours and then do your normal job on top of that. And then if you start dipping into the entrepreneurial world, it doesn't always have to be this way. Hopefully it's not for somebody who's listening right now, but what we say is that inside of our organization we kind of jokingly say like you step into the entrepreneurial world and then you can work twice as much and make almost nothing if you don't really understand kind of the elements of what it takes to create high ticket offers and have the cash infusion into your business, and that'll create some bandwidth for you and help you collaborate with other people. And so one of the things that I've noticed, and you tell me what you've noticed, I noticed that when I was working full time, traveling full time, I mean, I probably did about a 60 to 80 hour work week at SAP all the time. It was a lot. It was very intense. But then I found that when I got married and started having children, it just wasn't sustainable. I didn't want to sustain that kind of schedule because my priorities had shifted. The people in my life were more important. Have you found that to be the case that as you transition towards building your own business and building your own brand, you're actually being able to like draw a line in the sand and say, hey, these are things that are important to me. Now, today, we have people that are focused on having better mental health, having better relationships, having more time outside, having more disposable time, having more time. We like to travel in our family, having more time to just relax. And then when we get into work, we get in and we do it and we produce amazing results. But what have you found on that journey of, it's almost like the underlying question is when you realize that it's we love to serve our clients. Our clients are amazing, but life is more than just work. What does that journey like look like for you?
Yeah, yes, you are 100% right. Every SAP consultant, project manager, CEO have lived that phase. They have. There is no, there's not inevitable. It's not inevitable at all. I have lived that too. When I was working as a full-time consultant, especially in like leadership roles, it's not just 40 hours sometimes.
Oh no.
It's like 60, 70, maybe more,
Yeah.
right? You are billing time. but you are managing like stakeholders, different freelancing works, firefighting issues, prep reports, consistently context switching, different talks. At a point, I realize uh, I'm successful on paper, right?
Mm,
Amazing, flawless, but I'm just surviving. I'm building. I wasn't building anything of my own. That's
mm,
what I realized before I was stepping into entrepreneurship. And like you, I also got married. So that's also, and starting thinking about family and long-term priorities and different type of situations where I have to be working more than 60, 70 hours. I knew this was a place that was not sustainable for me.
mhm.
Though it's good, it's give me amazing work, amazing clients, loved it.
Yeah.
Never had a complaint. But that's when I start asking, like, how can I take all this what I have learned in SAP experience and actually build something that work for my life,
Mhm.
not just on my resumes, right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, stepping into an entrepreneurship is a really great shift. It's like a big step before you take anything else. It's not easy at first, but what when you learn how to package your expertise and collaborate with the right people, it opens up like a gateway or of a freedom you get into and like in a traditional role.
Yeah.
So it's really good.
I love that. That's I'm getting so excited just to kind of have the conversation. So let's transition a little bit and talk a little bit more from that independent consultant entrepreneurial mindset that says, I know like in my business, we have systems that I don't mean just systems that run the business. I mean when I walk an SAP independent consultant through my system, the Wealthy SAP Consultant Workshop, then I help them understand that our clients are looking for outcomes. Our clients are listening and looking for the pillars that are in our system that get
Right.
repeated over and over and over again, because those things actually signal to the marketplace that we know what we're doing. Hey, by the way, that Anita has this system that she walks clients through over and over and over again, and it always gets these amazing results. And so, talk to me about, do you have that in your business? Do you have a system that you work through each and let's talk about maybe like some of your AI projects that you're working on and that kind of work. Do you have a system that you walk through and systematically signal to the marketplace, but also talk to your prospects and say, I know what I'm doing, I'm good at it, and I'm going to walk you through this process?
So yeah, I love that you brought it up because that's exact shift I have been working on in delivery, building all different systems, such as like we don't always rely on their systems, right?
Mm,
Like I have built SAP projects. I have led multiple SAP projects through high pressure, go live, S4 HANA migration, and over time, again and again, I started seeing the patterns.
mhm,
So there was a phase when I have a by heart master data. Like somebody could ask me in a sleep, like, can you tell me I am not facing any issue? I am facing an issue in like material management. Can you help me with that integration? I'm like, okay, no worries. That was that like intense, like when I was in my learning phase.
yeah,
So yeah, so now I'm actually building a framework inside a brand, GNX Automation,
yeah,
that helps both client consultants and for example, I have got step escalation recovery model
mm,
that walks client through stabilizing a project, firstly realigning teams,
mhm,
and building executive trust.
mm,
That's the three pillars of that, because those are the levers
mhm,
for more high efficient results every time. That's what I have found a pattern. I'm also building an automation tools for other businesses, such as lead generations or digital market content creations
yeah,
that runs while you're sleeping. So
mhm,
you don't have to come on LinkedIn every single day and like, okay, I have to post it, like spend 30 minutes on that. No,
yeah,
we have system for that. We have made a system. That's what I have learned in last couple of years. Those things like role remediation, compliance alerts on Slack. People get notified when there's some type of error, if even if they are sleeping. Because I remember when we were working with Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg client, they have like different time zone, completely different. I'm sleeping and they're like walking like a dead people.
Yeah.
I'm like, and they're in the night, in the like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, I'm hitting an email like, okay, this is an issue we are facing right now.
Mhm.
I'm not responding.
Yeah.
How can I? I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
At 8 o'clock, it's like a fire in the place. I'm like, what's happening? And my supervisors, managers used to call like, okay, didn't you have a chance to read an email? I'm like, I just got off my bed. I'm brushing. Like, what's happening? Like, is the world toned down?
Yeah.
Like, no, you had so that was a critical issue when we are working with different time zones. So for that, we have created a compliance alert that will notify the person, make sure that the result, if the issue is minor, it will give you automatic remediations.
Mhm.
Like this is what's happening. You can check with this specific settings. Or if it's like critical issues like going through whole production area,
Right.
then it notifies, gives a call, like a message or a call to the end user or a manager, whoever is giving in charge
Mhm.
for that. Uh, things so that the things that are missed out makes a break in a project,
Mm.
because sometimes the smallest things gives a crack in a project.
Yeah.
Small setting in different type of user interface gives like a bigger picture.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm turning live delivery experience into repeatable systems where it's still evolving, but the clarity it brings, both for me as well for my clients, is totally game changer.
Mm.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that amazing? To be able to have, I think too, when you're the business owner and you have systems, then there's just a peace that comes over you because it's beyond just head knowledge of saying, I know that I know that I know that I can get you the result that I'm talking about, but here's the proof that I have, whether it's, 450 executives that I've coached or 10,000 projects that I've worked on or hundreds of escalations that I've worked on. Those things are amazing. And it's great to be able to tell the marketplace that. But also I think we want like an inner piece that says, I know that once I put these pieces of my system into someone's businesses, that they actually get the results that they're looking for to have more peace. And then I have more peace and we can all go, I don't know, do things like go make more money together or something like that. But yeah, that's fascinating. The other thing that I noticed that I want to just touch on, maybe it's one of kind of our last topics, is that especially when we're independent, there can be these ebbs and flows, these spikes and troughs in our income. Because oftentimes what happens is as project managers and billable consultants, we can be so focused on getting the work done, getting the client live, solving the problems 40 hours a week, then doing our normal business activities on top of that. Then all of a sudden the project goes live. And what I have found is, and just talking to consultants over the last 20 years, there's like these cycles, right? And in the cycle, it's like I'm focused on this project, I'm getting it done, there go live, and then I come up for air and it's like, oh, I got to start the cycle all over again, right? Because I don't have really a client acquisition system that helps the income to level out. Can we just acknowledge that our spouses, as business owners, when our income levels out, it brings, I don't know about your household, but it does for my house, it brings great peace to my spouse when my husband can say, no more like high months and low months, Anita. It's now we've got consistent income and then we can plan appropriately for things that we need to do in our household and our family and all that kind of stuff. So talk to me a little bit about a client, if that's appropriate for you in your business. It sounds like a couple of things you said you might be able to speak to this, but if you can speak to about and maybe let's help other folks understand how important it is to have a client acquisition system that gets turned on and then runs all the time.
Right. Right. Yes, you're 100% correct. I have also lived exact cycle
Yeah.
where when initially started like this kind of stuff, my spouse was like, "Oh, are you sure? Like, we're gonna have like a bump in our day-to-day activities. You're gonna spend like more hours, like 8 hours to office and then 8 hours to yourself.
Yeah.
What are we doing with that? How about you sleeping?" I'm like, "It's gonna be a fine. Don't worry. You are in with the thick of like big delivery, running the show,
Mhm.
and everything is on fire, supposedly." And then sudden you go like live, dust settles, everything. You're like, wait, what's the next client?
Yeah.
what's my next client? So yes, absolutely. The feast and the famine roller coaster is real. It's
Yeah.
completely real. And honestly, when I honestly started building GNX, a part of delivery wasn't just business. It was more personal. My wife and I had a conversation where we said like, I support you,
Yeah.
but we need to be predictable.
Yeah.
Predictability. We need predictability. Where we need rhythm. We need rhythm. We are not just on spikes, right? So now I really focus on client acquisition system and productizing offers to clients, stuff that doesn't depend on me chasing every project, every client, but still reflects my expertise to
Mm.
them. It's like a auto apply for your job. It's like that kind of thing. You just feed some data once and like it's rotating every single hour, every single day to get you best results. Because when income is steady, it's not just peaceful for us
Mhm.
as a consultant, it's a peaceful for our families too. That's most important. At the end of the day, what are you working for? You're working for yourself, your family, so that both of us are happy,
Yeah.
and that matters most than any like badge or billable rates.
Mhm.
No billable rates can fulfill that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that. This has been such a fun conversation. I'm so excited. Kunal, is there anything else that you want to be able to share with our audience before we wrap up for today?
Uh, that's I
A
didn't
loaded
I,
question.
I didn't thought that through, but yeah, like I just want to say some of the things like if you're an SAP consultant listening to this podcast across any nation, it doesn't matter. Whenever you feel stuck between delivery work and building something bigger, you are not alone.
Yeah.
Everybody has faced that thing.
Mm.
It's okay to still be billable when and start building. And there's whether I am at, that's where I am at right now. But don't wait until everything becomes perfect to start.
Mhm.
Package what you learn, what you already know,
Yeah.
put it out there and learn what as you go on. It doesn't have to be a perfect model,
Yeah.
perfect Rome structure. It's gonna be like it's even if it's broken, it's gonna be helpful to somebody else. So your experience is valuable too, and the more we create system stories like this and offer around it, and more freedom and I would say more freedom and more impact will be unlocked. So thank you again, Anita,
Yeah.
for this has been such an amazing, rich, energetic conversation. I'm truly grateful for this.
You're so welcome. And Kunal, I just want to thank you for being here. I'm so honored to get to know you today. I'm so honored to understand a little bit about your background and your story. I just want to honor you in the way that you come to the marketplace, the way you serve your clients at a high level for what you're doing, not only for your clients and your business, but also for your family and how important that is. And so I just want to thank you for being here and for just being you and being able to show up today and share a lot of the things that I actually talk about with different people on my content and the podcast, but also from just a different perspective, similar voice, but different perspective. I so appreciate you. For everybody else that's listening, you know that we have the Wealthy SAP Consultant Masterclass. The next one's coming up. We'll be sure to have a link down below in the show notes to be able to register for that. And some of the things that we do in the masterclass are very similar to what Kunal and I are talking about, packaging up your expertise 3 to 10xing your billable rates without getting stuck in delivery. I have a bonus in now where I help people create a sustainable client acquisition system so you can put a system in your business and put it on repeat and have that income steady. Instead of those peaks and troughs like we were talking about in this episode. But come on into the masterclass. We'd love to be able to have you. And thank you, Kunal, for being with us today.
Thank you so much, Anita. Thank you. For it really means a lot.
Well, that's a wrap for today's episode of the Wealthy SAP Consultant Podcast with your host, Anita Anello. We hope you gained valuable insights and strategies to take your consulting business to new heights. Remember, by showcasing your expertise and delivering premium services, you can attract high-paying clients and increase your revenues while serving your customers at the highest levels. To dive deeper into implementing these strategies and overcoming challenges in your consulting journey, schedule a strategy call with our team by clicking on the link below. Stay tuned for our next episode where we'll continue to provide you with actionable tips and advice to excel in the SAP consulting industry. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, keep shining in your consulting business.